House lawmakers have introduced a bill to repeal the renewable fuel standard. It's a concerning move for biofuel groups and comes amid a global energy crisis and rising fuel prices. President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper, joins us now. Thank you so much for being with us, Jeff. Let's start with some background on the RFS and the value for the industry.
Sure, and thanks for having me this morning, Tammy, and you're correct. Congressman Scott Perry from Pennsylvania and 3 or 4 other members of the House introduced a bill late last week, I think it was on Friday, to repeal the renewable fuel standard. And we know that the RFS is a program that has been in place for more than a decade now, almost 15, 16 years, that has been tremendously important to rural America. It's been very beneficial to the farm economy. It has helped lower fuel prices by requiring increased use of renewable fuels, and it's helped reduce emissions and has benefited the environment. So we were very frustrated to see this bill introduced. It's not terribly surprising. Mr. Perry has an oil refinery in his district, and that particular refinery has been trying to dodge its obligations to blend renewable fuels under the RFS for years. So it appears that Congressman Perry is just doing the bidding of that particular refinery and trying to send a message with this legislation.
And what do you see as the impact if this goes through?
Well, I think the good news is, we think this bill is dead on arrival. I can tell you there's really no appetite in Congress to repeal the RFS. This bill probably won't even get a second look. I think it will die a quiet death in committee, but it is frustrating and disappointing that we still have members of Congress fighting against the renewable fuel standard when it has done so much to benefit rural America and the farm economy. And in fact, about 100 miles from Congressman Perry's district, there's an ethanol plant right there in the middle of Pennsylvania that is supporting a few hundred jobs. It's using 30 million bushels of corn every year. There's a fair amount of corn grown around there as well. So it appears that Congressman Perry should be listening to some of the other constituents in and around his district who probably have a much different opinion of the RFS than that oil refinery.
Right, anxious to see how this plays out. And that's President and CEO of the Renewable Fuels Association, Jeff Cooper. Appreciate you being with us.